Hello there, my name is Elle, aka That Knit Girl. Thanks for joining me on this video today. This is actually my very first video, so bear with me. I'm quite nervous, but I'm really excited to start this little That Knit Girl YouTube journey. I actually basically learned everything that I know on YouTube, so I'm excited to close the circle and bring YouTube to That Knit Girl. So this is something that I've been wanting to do since I pretty much started That Knit Girl in July. I knew I wanted to build this up and see where I could take it, and here we are on YouTube. I really started to get into garment making in 2021. Before that, I had knit like a little, what do they call it? Dishcloths. I had knit little dishcloths and garter stitch scarves, and pretty much dropped so many stitches I could never wear them. So it wasn't until the pandemic really settled in where I just had this urge to knit, and I found Ravelry and I found a couple of knitfluencers on Instagram, and my world opened for the first time, and I could see very clearly that I was obsessed with knitting before I even really made anything. It was yarn on the brain ever since. So yes, that is a little bit about how I got started. So I'm actually from Vancouver, BC, in Canada. And no, we don't live in igloos. Kidding, joke. Bad one though. But back to what I was going to say is I am a university student in the last semester of my degree, and I love dogs, I love being outside, and I love yarn. I really love yarn, like obsessed. So get ready for lots of yarn acquisitions, YouTube videos, podcasts, a bunch of stuff like that. So that's a little bit about me. Now let's get started with the little 2021 fashion show. I'm going to let you know that I honestly am terrible at keeping the little yarn tags, so a lot of them I might not have the yarn details, but I'll make sure what I do have, I'll put it in the description below, so stay tuned for that. And let me know in the comments what your favorite pattern is. Okay, now let's get started. So this is the first thing that I made, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I started out making things like toques, and I ended up not keeping most of them because they were so bad. So my trick was I gave it to people who couldn't say no and would wear it anyway, like my grandma. So that is this. I don't remember the yarn. I really like the pattern. It was really simple. I actually, if you're just beginning, get this book, Knit How, from Pom Pom, and it has really simple patterns that really helped me kickstart my knitting. The other cool thing is it had like teaching different skills as well. So that was really nice. I mean, I'm not a kind of person that can learn just looking at pictures. I have to watch a video, but like the patterns themselves were perfect. So that is this. This is the Fiona simple cable scarf from Pom Pom. So this is the Hipster Shawl by I'm not even going to try and pronounce her last name because I can't pronounce it. I'll put it in the description box below. I really love this shawl. I started out, this is the first shawl I ever made, and I made it right after the scarf. So I definitely was in over my head when I made this because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But given the situation, I think it turned out really well. I do wish it was a little bit bigger. I think I like more of the like blanket length, or like kind of feels like a blanket. You can wrap it around yourself and feel super smugly. So right now I'm working on the night shift shawl and wanting that same kind of effect. But I love this for the summer especially, and I love the little, whatever they're called, I forget. It's nice because you mainly knit it in garter stitch, so it was really nice when you're knitting flat. It could just be some like simple knitting. I do find myself in the winter wearing this more as like a scarf, but it is really pretty. The yarn is Berroco. Don't ask me what else, but it was Berroco. I love the color. It's got like little brown and gold and green in it, so it's really pretty. But I made this for my mom and then took it back because she wasn't wearing it enough, and I was thinking, okay, if you're gonna be a knit-worthy person, you have to wear my yarn, my knitting. If you're not gonna do that, I'm gonna take it back. So I did, but I'll probably end up sharing it with her because she did wear it, just not as much as I had liked. So this is the Hipster Shawl. Really nice knit, really fun, learned a lot, learning curve big time, but it made me a better knitter at the end. So this is, what pattern is this? This is the Dixon Lite Toque by Pacific Knot Co. Love her patterns, as you'll find out. I've made this toque so many times. I gift knitted it. This is like my go-to gift knitting. It was super simple, really good for mindless knitting. Like go on a trip, have this in your hand. It is perfect. Great for knit gifting because it's just something you can just whip up. I loved the crown because it was just like 1 or 2 rows and it was finished up. So it was really nice for me because I have a really small head, so I just tried it on and was like, okay, I want to decrease now. Where I find like the longer crown decreases, I find I kind of have a hard time gauging like where I need to start because my head is so much smaller. So I used Drops Air and I double stranded this toque. If you can see, this is her. I love it. I did also make these toques with Drops Wish, which is, I made it for my boyfriend, so still looks pretty much the same. I find that this yarn does stretch and like doesn't come back. So if you have any tips for that, I am on the hunt for a yarn that is the same kind of softness, same price range, same nice color options, but that doesn't give this like stretch, because I find it on my boyfriend because he wears this toque so much. He's very knit worthy. But it like comes out sometimes when he wears it too much, so then he has to like give it a break. So yeah, that's the only downside to the yarn, but the pattern itself, you need to make one for yourself. That's the message. Okay, this is my hair's so frizzy from putting on things now. This is my first sweater that I ever made. Was this year, 2021. It is Tin Can Knits Flax Sweater, and I use, again, Berroco yarn, superwash. I think it's like an acrylic wool mix. I'm finding the yarn a little itchy. Not a big fan, but I love the pattern. It was super simple. I actually found a YouTube video that I can link below of this girl who knit it, and because it was my first time and I didn't really understand construction-wise how sweaters worked, this is perfect. I needed the videos. I have little mistakes here and there. I'm really happy with it. I think I'll make this sweater at some point again, probably in the far future, because I have so many other things I want to make, but it's definitely a nice one. I would size up. I think I did like small or extra small. I didn't, because it was my first sweater. I'm not really happy with the sleeve length. I think I'm the kind of gal that likes to have some sleeves going up to here. I like having them in my hands when I want. So not really happy with how long I went, but that's like a me thing. I did that. And then also I didn't really understand loose binding at this point, or like binding off loosely. So I find like this is like this part is fine, but like the neck definitely is like quite tight and the sleeves are quite tight. So I definitely learned the hard way and I'm too lazy to fix it. I'm one of those knitters that needs to just like, once I'm done, I don't want to deal with it anymore. I want to cast on something else. So there's that. But I really love this pattern overall. I like to wear this. Okay, you'll find me saying this a lot, but this is probably one of my favorite patterns. I love it. I didn't think I was good. I saw it when it's, sorry, I'm jumping because I'm really excited. This is the Luellen Tee by Pacific Knot Co. I just love it. When she posted a picture of this pattern, she's one of the first knit influencers that I kind of started following because she's also from BC. I was like, oh my god, I love it. It looks classy, it looks elegant, it looks beautiful. You can dress it up, you can wear it with like jeans, you can wear it with like a cute skirt, you can just do so many things with it. So I got so excited and I was like, I have to make it. So it was on my list, and then as I started making it, I kind of thought it was almost too big because I'm a 32 bust and the smallest size was 36, and so I started to get really nervous that, and at this point I didn't gauge swatch. This was not the part of my knitting journey where I gauge swatched at all. So I was just like, it's not gonna fit, it's not gonna fit. And then I started kind of distancing myself from it and thinking like, okay, who can I give it to? But I really love this. And it was like a whole emotional journey. Long story short, I love it. It's super simple make. Like, it's just a big square with armholes that you stitch up at the top. Love it. Learned how to stitch with this top. I wish I did the armholes a little bit tighter. I mean, a little bit looser. But aside from that, I'm quite happy with this pattern. I love to wear it. I like wearing it to dinners. I like wearing it in the summer. I like wearing it in the dinner. I've worn it to a job interview. Like, all of it. I just love it. So if you haven't made this for yourself, this is like definitely a wardrobe staple. And it's really, I used cotton because I hadn't knit with cotton before. I don't know what company it was. I feel like it's in my Instagram. I can find this. I'll put it in the description notes. But I hated knitting with cotton because it hurt so much. But I ended up really enjoying wearing the cotton. So it's like give and take. It's like wear cotton really nice, knit cotton not so nice. So they have trade-offs, but it's really, really, really fun pattern. Really simple pattern, and I really enjoy it, and I feel really pretty in it. Like, this is the kind of top that like I feel really pretty in it. So this is the, I'm gonna butcher the name, My Little Crop Top, or Secret Little Crop Top, or My Secret Little Crop Top, something like that, from Jessie Made Designs. I love all the things that she makes. I saw this and I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is, I don't have the tag anymore, but the yarn is from Dream in Color Yarns. And I literally, as you'll come to know, I love all the things that, all their yarn. It's just so fun. It's my personality. It's beautiful, different colors, vibrant, and really nice yarn. This is fingering, and I held it double-stranded, and I'm so happy. When I was making it, I was at my cabin for the summer and people were like, is that for a baby? Because it's all ribbing. So it looked quite small. I think this is the extra small, but I seriously love this. I don't have to wear a bra with it. It just does its thing. It holds, not that I have a lot to hold, but it does its job. I really like it. Her patterns were quite simple, and I could follow it. It was my first crop top, so I was learning as I was going, but I'm really happy with it, and this is a lot like a go-to summer outfit. Okay, so this is the Granville Tank by Pacific Knot Co, and it's honestly her patterns are so good. Like, they're so unique and they're well written, and I just love them. And everything that she makes is just like, oh, I want to wear it, so I make it. So this is the last pattern that I made of hers this year. Really love, I love the little yolks because it just adds a little pop there. I used some sort of Rowan, it was Rowan, the yarn that I used, and I really am happy with the yarn. Like, I think it was like an alpaca cotton mix, because I wanted that like breathability, but I didn't want the same effect of like hurting my hands. So I love it. It was really nice knit. The only thing is, like, I think it's just the yarn, but I find the ribbing just twists itself. I blocked it, thought it would fix it, but it didn't. But I do think it is the yarn that I used, and it just had that effect. But I'm really, really happy with this pattern. I'm happy with all my patterns. But yeah, this is the Granville Tank by Pacific Knot Co. So this is the, let me walk forward so you can see. This is the All Day Cardi by Knititude. Love her patterns, love her style, love how well written her patterns are. I used this yarn. I have like 4 or 5 extra. I didn't do the math properly. It's the Cascade Yarns 100% Peruvian wool Lana Grande. And I'm not happy. I don't know if you can tell, but like this is pilling so much. I've worn it like less than 4 times before it started pilling, and now I don't even wear the sweater out. I was really wanting an oversized cardigan, and I didn't get that because I can't wear it out. Makes me mad just to think about it. So this is very much a cardigan that I wear from home. The yarn, I learned the hard way, is itchy. I don't like itchy yarns, so I always have to wear like a long sleeve with it. But yeah, I love the pattern. I think it's like a very nice pattern to just like throw on with like jeans or even leggings, but I am very disappointed by the amount of pilling. It makes me upset to even wear the sweater, and I'm resentful, and it took me like a couple months to make because it's so long. And I can't wear it. So there's this. This is my like nemesis. So if you want me to send you this yarn, I will gift this yarn to you. I think I have like 4 or 5 of these. So if you want them, let me know in the comments and I can pick some and you can try it. I mean, I don't recommend making this for a garment, but if you want to like crochet something with this, or like a pillow or something decorative, please be my guest. Take it from me. I don't want it. So All Day Cardi pattern was really simple. It was bottom up, and then stitched this at the top. And I learned the 3 needle bind off with this, which is really fun, and I want to bind off like that all the time now. And then I just picked up the sleeves and knit away. I did the ribbing as I went. Yeah, so that was nice until the up here. I think that's when I had to. No, I can't remember, but I think I did the edging as I went. Really nice pattern. I'm angry at the yarn. Okay, this is like my masterpiece of the year. This is my like, not only because I love this yarn to death, I just think it's the most beautiful yarn. It's just got different colors, very subtle. It's unicorn. The yarn is unicorn colorway by Sunday Not Co. And it is a homebody worsted 4-ply 100% organic merino wool eco superwash. I just love it. I don't know if you can see the I kept this as well for once. It's the merino wool unicorn as well, and they match. And I don't know if you can see just how beautiful that is, but it just really is beautiful. It glimmers and shimmers, and oh, I love it. So this is my masterpiece of the year, Sunday Not Co yarn. It is the Chunky Novice cardigan by Petite Knit. I love it. I finally came into my what I started to learn what I loved and what I didn't love to make, and what techniques that I loved and what I wanted more of. Like, for example, the sleeves that I learned on Tin Can Knits, Flax Sweater. I knew I wanted like baggier sleeves, longer sleeves, and I did the extra stretchy bind off because I love having extra stretch. This pattern is just super fun to make, super simple. Really happy with how this sweater turned out. This definitely needs to be on your list. I'm intimidated by Petite Knit. I definitely want to knit some of her patterns in 2022, but as for right now, I'm really happy that I did one. It was definitely on my list. Tiffany Lou from Typical Bliss, she on YouTube and Instagram, she was making a lot of Petite Knit stuff, and I was getting FOMO, so then I was like, I have to knit something by Petite Knit. And I picked her Novice, Chunky Novice cardi because it just seems like one of those like timeless pieces that you need to have in your wardrobe. I haven't found buttons that I like enough to put on it. I went to the yarn store and tried some buttons on for size. I found the size, but not finding buttons, because I find I'll put one on and it just like ruins the vibe. So I have a feeling either this sweater is gonna stay buttonless forever, or it's gonna take a long time, because I want to find the right button that like complements it. Because if you pick one and it makes it look cheap, and then you pick another one and it's like tacky, or it just changes the vibe. I'm kind of feeling like I want like a rustic vibe, but like I can't find the color of wood that I want. It's just that is the majority of my like selfish knits of 2021. I knitted a lot more for other people, as we previously discussed, but 2022 no longer is. I'm putting the boundary up. It's gonna be a selfish knit year. I just have too much I want to make. But that is it for this week. I will see you next Thursday. If you haven't already below, please like and subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll put it down here or up here, wherever I have room in my shot. And it is that